I'll call the regular monthly meeting of the Lebanon Town Council for the month of August to order. We're pleased to have with us this evening Mr. Keith Overs, the pastor of the Church of Christ. If all would stand for our invocation, followed by pledge of allegiance. Keith, thank you very much for being here.
Yes, sir. Let's pray together. Our Father in heaven, indeed, we're thankful for the day that you have given us. We're so thankful for the blessings that we receive each and every day, those things that are spiritual, those things that are physical as well. We're thankful for your love, your grace, your mercy, and the giving of your Son for our lives and for our sins. This evening, Father, we realize perhaps there are those who are struggling in our community. We pray that you be with them, be with the Belcher family at this time of grief, Father, and may they look to thee for the strength and guidance that they need. We're so thankful for our town, our community, our leaders. We pray that you continue to be with them as they guide and direct. And may those, Father, and we as well, always look to thee for the strength and guidance that we need. Bless us throughout the remainder of this life. May we always look to thee for the comfort that we need here upon this earth. For it's in Christ's name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'll ask to edit for business not on the agenda. Is there any business to come before council that's not listed on the current agenda? I'd like to add Shane Farmer onto the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved, Mayor. I'll say. Second.
Okay. We have Deanna made the motion, Elijah seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We have also received the minutes for our July 14th regular council meetings. Everyone had a chance to review those.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes of July
Okay.
14th.
Have a motion to approve the July 14th minutes of the council meeting. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We've also received accounts payable, and I believe Mr. Short has given us an addendum that's at our seat. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'll refer this to Mr. Gilmer.
Mayor, I'll move to approve the accounts payable for July, along with AP preliminary report B as well presented.
Have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second, Mayor.
Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are now down to the public request portion of the agenda. We have with us Mr. Arnold Day and Mason Lee from Worldwide Rotation Program. Gentlemen, if you could come forward.
Well, thank y'all for having us here to discuss this with you. I'm going to go over the truck itself to start off with. Let y'all know, first of all, the program we're about to discuss with you is not a lease. If you own the asset, then it's up to you whether you decide to move forward with the rotation or not. That's why I'm going over the truck first. The total price of the truck, I think, Prue gave y'all specs and pricing on it. will be $239,643. The chassis itself is $175,229. The body is $64,414. And it will be quoted under the National Auto Fleet Group Sourcewell system to be used.
Excuse me 1 second. Mr. Short, what truck are we speaking of again?
This is the roll-off truck we talked about
Roll-off.
last month.
Okay.
You remember Arnold has come before and talked about the rotation program. At the time we came, it just didn't make sense. Roll-off was in good shape. Prices have kind of increased. Now we're talking about we budgeted this year to replace that roll-off truck. So now that's why we're here to revisit the rotation program.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
And I'm Mason Lee with JM Auction Company, from Montgomery, Alabama. And Arnold asked me to come up here to speak to you guys on not only like the truck spec that he's provided and what Worldwide can do, but also this thing as a whole picture, on the quote unquote rotation side of it. So where we fit in all of this is, say like when Russell County brings their roll-off trucks down, they bring them to our auction and we come and sell them. We've been doing this for a long time, since the late 90s on. One, how can we figure out a way for municipalities to continue to run late model trucks that are under warranty, people are happy and all that good stuff. And this is how we came up with this rotation. And so, I'll let Arnold finish going through the specs, but just know, that's why he brought me in here.
The truck we actually quoted is a MAC grant. It's pretty standard setup, what we do on the rotation program. It's a little higher content than typical, but that's just for the end user taking use later on. It's got a little bit of chrome on it. Limit wheels on front, chrome on the mirrors, a little bit of chrome on the bumper and things like that. Nothing spectacular. It's the trucks that you see actually that Russell County is operating. It's identical to their trucks that they're using.
And the way we came up with that spec on this rotation is, one, it's got to serve the need of the city. So whatever municipality does, they're buying a truck, they got to buy it to do the job that needs to be done. So that's how we came to the spec, but also something that'll work and be desirable on the secondary market where your contractors can then come to us at our auction and they know they're going to get a quality, late model, well-maintained county truck at the sale. And so it ends up being beneficial for all of us. And that was always the big thing on why you heard Arnold start this by saying it's not a lease, because you own this truck. Yes, I'm sure y'all heard in the past where some municipalities will take a truck, run it for 3 years, they have a guaranteed buyback number from the dealership, turn it back in and start over. Well, the way we have structured this and why Worldwide's such a good partner with us is we want to design this where it's beneficial for you guys. Because if it doesn't make financial sense for y'all, there's no point in us standing here talking about it. And that's where this whole program came from, where we're at now. So you heard him say that $230-something thousand number. Yeah, that's a lot of money for a truck. Well, a contractor's paying almost $300,000 for the same truck. So you get a governmental discount that you have equity in that unit when it shows up to you. And so that's the genesis of all this. You can keep it, you can run it, it stays under warranty, not where like I gave a guarantee on the 2 older trucks y'all have. And if that 2002 Sterling has a transmission go out, you're going to be putting $20,000 in a truck that's not worth the $30,000. And so this prevents you from being in that position where you can keep your stuff under warranty and up to date. And we know that they're not getting any easier to work on. So having that ability is a big driving factor of this, because we know people want their stuff picked up. So, and the way it works on our end, what we do is either a year in advance, like right now, we could go ahead and say, all right, for this spec truck, this kind of truck, J.M. Wood will guarantee you guys X dollars. So our target was always to recoup 90% of its value. That was, if our life cycle cost, all in, from what you pay to what you sell it, is within that 90% window, you're running a truck for less than what you can rent a car for every month. So that was always the goal. During COVID, we saw some crazy things happen. Trucks supply got very short and limited, and because of that, you saw county trucks at the auction or any municipality would come down there and they'd bring pretty much what retail money is, plus some sitting on the lot, because you couldn't wait a year to get one done. And so it kind of set a false sense of reality in that too, where you were on a truck for a year, we were selling it for you, and then we were sending you a check for $30,000 over what you paid for it. That was never the intent, never designed in doing this, but we're not going to complain when it happens, because that's being very efficient in how we're running our fleet. But where we're at now, we've kind of come back to reality. We're more in that 90% window, and obviously the goal is to run that truck for nothing. I mean, if we could do that, we're not going to complain about it. But just know if at the end of the day it costs you $10,000, $15,000 to run a roll off for a year, it costs $230 something, doing pretty good. So that's kind of how the rotation works on our end. It has nothing to do with you saying we're going to buy the truck today. You own it. If we come to a year from now and our sales in September and you're slated to bring the truck to us, you don't want to do it. You can keep running. So it is ultimately up to you guys and it's your decision. This is just what we saw as another value we could add to our municipalities and how they can keep stuff up to date.
And this information is just to keep you at your lowest operating cost as far as maintenance, breakdowns, that type of thing. As far as maintenance wise, you just have to take in account for tires and changes, that type of thing. None of the breakdowns like turbos and the things that's going to cost you large amounts of money. The truck will stay under warranty, and typically, if we're able to, while your truck's under warranty, Worldwide tries to come pick up the truck for you, take it to our dealership, get it fixed, bring it back, so it doesn't cost you a drive. With the new trucks on that side of it too, helps with driver retention. You keep a guy in a new truck, he's happy, he don't want to go somewhere else for a little bit more money.
And the spec is obviously driving the price. So there's a few different things off of this that Arnold and I just talked about actually that could make a little bit of difference, right? So if you add an Allison transmission to this spec that y'all have, not that the M-Drive's any bad product, but it's just public perception, that truck's gonna typically bring $15,000 to $20,000 more money, but it costs you, what, 9 or 10 on the front end? So you gotta, cost you $10,000 more, but you get 20, 25 in the long run, it's a better decision to make. But with the M-Drive, especially the 13 speed like they have in this, it is a good setup for what a lot of these contractors want. And, I mean, with low miles, we sold a truck in June that was the same spec for $250. We sold some with 40,000 miles that were more in that 220 range. So it depends on how long you want to keep it, what works for you guys. I doubt you're going to put much more than probably 15,000 miles on them a year. If you want to rotate them in 2 years, I don't think that's a bad decision either. And if you needed 2 trucks, do one year, one the next, and just keep it going. So there's a bunch of different things we can do to tailor it to make sure it works. And that guarantee is your worst case scenario. So if we say we're going to guarantee you $200,000 and the truck brings $150, you're going to get a check from us for $200 less our 7% commission rate. If it brings $250, you get $250 less 7%. So there's nothing but upside in it for you. So that's what we're trying to do.
This particular chassis that I quoted you is actually, it's on the ground, embodied up, so you don't have the tariffs on it right now. That's a plus. That'd probably be about a $7,500 increase by the time you have tariffs on the chassis and the body itself. So that's one reason I picked this particular chassis. It was a stock unit we had coming in. I think it should be bodied up. If all goes well, I tried to call the body company, and the guy was on vacation, but it's scheduled for 1st of September to be completed. Then that could get bumped out due to vacations and different things like that, but it shouldn't be too far off of that, because the chassis itself is already built.
So that's it from us, I guess, unless y'all have any questions that we can answer on the rotation. I know we ran through it pretty quick, but. You ready?
All lot better breakdown than I can do. I appreciate you guys.
So basically what you guys are doing, you're tailoring the truck to what the town needs.
Right.
But also tailoring it to what would be the most marketable when it comes time for resale at the auction.
So like if ABC roll-offs in whatever town whatever state in the country you want to say, like, this is a pretty standard spec for what they would want to run. And it's a little easier on roll-off. Same thing like why in Mississippi, we put third axles on the dump trucks, because even though Mississippi does not recognize that third axle on what they can carry, you go ahead and put the axle on, it's $5,000 from the factory, it's $10,000 to $12,000 if I want to do it after the fact. Go ahead and add the axle, and then you can get the resale value from it afterwards. So it's the same thing. Just try and market it to what is most desirable to the most people.
Right.
And in our business, all you gotta do is have 2 people want to buy it, for it to be okay.
How long is the guarantee price good for the current truck?
So
And how often does that have to be updated?
if we did something, I mean, we would just pick a sale that works out best for y'all's timeline. If you wanted to shoot for that September auction, then I would do a guarantee for September, or on the new truck next September. I looked at, Arnold actually came and took some pictures of the older trucks for us, and those are probably gonna be, I mean, that was for our June auction, so I could redo the contract and just say September. So it's whatever we decide we want to do, and COVID ran this a lot, but we would have signed contracts on trucks coming for a June auction. The trucks got delayed, they didn't show up until August. Well, I'm not gonna make you guys, if your truck's not ready, you need it to do the job. I'm not gonna say like, no, we have a contract, bring it to us right now, and we'll work with you. And had to do the same thing with Brian throughout COVID. I mean, we were always planning on coming to this sale, and this sale, we had to back up the plan. Normally, it ends up working out anyway.
The good thing right now is actually all the truck companies have come off of what they call allocation, where they were only allowing us so many trucks a year, so they've opened up production to where we can get them a lot faster time. This time last year, we was a year out, now we're 2 to 3 months. So, yeah, it's a good thing, production's picked up, a lot of things like that. Body companies are the biggest thing on lead time right now, because a lot of them are 120 to 225 days out. So, the rotation program, the best way to make it work is it's going to be communication between me and Drew saying, hey, this is when you want to do your next truck in auction. Well, this is how many days we're out, so we need to need your order placed at this time. It's going to be a lot of communication between he and I if y'all decide to go with this program. Usually about a year in advance, we'll start having conversations, say, hey, we need to have something done in the next 2 months, 3 months, or whatever it may be. Sometimes it can get as far as a year and a half out, I have seen, where we may have to start talking in 2 years.
Procedurally, if we agree, let's say we agree to move forward tonight, so what happens is it a year that we revisit this in 26? Is it good for how many?
Like Will said, it's up to you. Once you own that truck, if you don't want to sell it this year, you wait till next year. So I think the way we run with our 2 trucks, I think you probably want to alternate it, maybe every couple of years and alternate those trucks.
Every 2 years?
I don't know, I don't think ours is a year, I don't think we're looking at a year, but possibly 2 years to keep up warranty and
Okay.
everything.
Yeah, and the standard warranty is normally that 3 years, and so at the 2-year term, you still have a year worth of warranty, and there's a lot of value in that. And so you can keep it on the truck, and then if something does happen, or I say, hey, roll-off trucks aren't bringing any money at the auction, we might not want to do this time, let's hold out for 6 months and see if what the market does moving forward. That 1 year lets you still have that truck under warranty. So we can always plan to say, all right, it's going to be a 2-year rotation. But if we get a year and a half in and we see that it might not be the best decision for you guys, you don't want to move forward, then we can just say, hey, we're going to run it out 1 year, you have 1 year left worth of warranty on there, be in good shape.
So just give you an idea on the base warranty of the truck. Theoretically, from bumper to bumper, but it doesn't cover wireable products like brakes, hoses, that type of thing. It's a 1 year, 100,000 mile bumper to bumper is what they call it. The engine is under a 2-year, 250,000 mile warranty. The transmission is actually a 5-year warranty on it. With this transmission, if you go with Allison, it's a 3-year unlimited on it. And the rear's axle is actually a 3-year warranty on it. So your major components will have issues with are covered under that. And that's the big thing for the end user in the second life looks at and say, hey, if we get this truck within this time, I've got a warranty on it. I don't have to pay FET. And it's going to come in at a cheaper price than I can ever get it if I go to a lot buy.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
What's the pleasure of the council? Any further questions regarding this? This is something we've talked about in budget, I guess, Mr. Short, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Council's pleasure in regarding to the roll-off truck.
I'd like to maybe have a streets committee meeting, Mayor, and maybe look at the budget. I think we didn't quite budget enough funds for the program. Is that right, Drew? But maybe we've got funds in capital outlay that we can pull.
I don't think we did the complete 240 for the truck under replacement in the budget, but we
Yeah.
still have what we'll get at that auction for that
Right.
truck. We included that trade-in, I think.
Yeah, and I have that too. I have, so when I guaranteed them for June, the 2017 Kenworth was 42,000, and 2002 Sterling is 18,000. So that's just the gross guarantees on, if that truck brings, the Sterling brings 35, then you have 30, but you can use that gross number normally, say, all right, safety net, moving forward, we can budget that to go down towards the next one. And then that's how we do it when you are on the rotation and go to the next purchase year. So, like when I go ahead and guarantee trucks for September next year and you're selling a 1-year-old roll-off, we need to be talking about that before you technically order your next truck. So you know, like, hey, worst case scenario, we're getting this amount of money. If we can justify this and it works and it makes financial sense for us to do it, then we go ahead and order the next truck.
So if we had a street committee meeting, did I understand you, I think I understood you correctly, price that you're quoted here is good. If we meet again in September, is that price still good?
It's a truck sales. So this truck here, it's a stock unit. We have 27 locations across 7 states. And then it is out there for anybody else. It is held right now on conversations with Drew. And I actually, now, the one thing I can do is get my supervisor's hold if the town would be willing to do a letter of intent saying, hey, upon approval of the street budget committee, we'll purchase this truck. I'd probably get them to hold it, put a hold on it, stamp Lebanon's name on it until you make a decision and get a PO. But without that, it's open to anybody after today.
We've also got an auction in September. When's the next auction?
September 23rd, and then we do one sale a quarter, so the next one will be December. And then March and June. I would always shoot to do this March or September. Typically seem to be a little bit better. After that, probably go December, which seems counterintuitive because we never said that, but it seems to be those are the 3 strongest sales currently. Like anything that can change, but that's what I aim for now.
Now, another thing that we can do, if there's still questions about the rotation itself, you can move forward with the sale of the one truck, the purchase of this one. Anybody wants to go to the September auction,
You can see it.
we'll get a van, we'll take you down, let you see it live. We can give you numbers of trucks that we have. We got the entire state of Kentucky on this. You can see what they gave for it, what the guaranteed minimum is, and what it sells for. Y'all can see it in action, just sit there and watch it.
And we post all of our auction results online, so if y'all want to go back, if you want to go and look and see, like, hey, they weren't blowing smoke, this is what the truck's been doing, you can go find all that.
Did I understand you correctly? So right now, the low end on the truck we have would be 18,000.
That's what the gross guarantee was on the Sterling, yes, sir.
Okay. What's your budget here, Drew?
Replacement equipment, we had a total of 388,000. That was some other equipment also, not all of it.
What was the net guarantee on the 2 trucks?
60,000?
Let me do a quick math, what's that less 7%, would be the net guarantee, the gross guarantee is 60.
57, 8, 55, 8.
that would be if your trucks go down there.
Yeah, that's worst case
Bring a
scenario.
dollar.
Yeah, that's
You know,
worst case
so
scenario.
if they should have guarantee, if they bring more than that, then that's.
And I'm gonna tell you too, if I guarantee the trucks are what I thought they'd bring every time, I'll probably get fired. So, there should be a little, we always hope for a little upside in there too.
I know we have talked about two possible, I know at one point we talked about two of them, I know the last time we talked about, we were only talking about the Sterling taking down there, trying to keep the Kenworth as a backup in case something did happen, because we still take that. Right now, the Sterling, we may get it to the landfill here and there when we dry sludge, but that's about it, but the Kenworth is probably the best one to keep as a backup.
So we'll need to keep one here, if you know what you're saying. Yeah.
I would say so.
You better keep one here as a backup.
Plus, Worldwide's gonna give us a loaner while we work on it.
Well, be nice if we had one. And I will tell you going forward too, just a little information for y'all to keep them. You have, in 2027, the emission standards will change, so having a truck that you can rotate out, have a spare will be great, because they're gonna be, no matter if it's brand new or not, there's gonna be some issues they have to work out during that time period. Luckily, this truck here is not under that. And if you know anything about diesels, having dual catalysts, dual sensors, all that stuff, it's gonna be a nightmare probably for the first year.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little creative that year. Just
I was gonna say, they haven't even worked out the 2008 emission issues yet.
Mr. Day, what if we build a truck?
You build a
How
truck?
far out are you, on building a truck?
You're looking probably, just right now, in less time, things would change, 3 months for the chassis, and from 120 to 225 days for the body to be put on it. So they don't start the body until they receive the chassis. So you're probably looking at 8 months.
What's that do to the price?
Prices, I know at least, because this truck here was spec'd out a year ago, you'll at least have $7,500 on it for tariffs. Not, you'll have a year model increase as well. So there'll be a few differences. And I'm sure the bodies probably went up as well too, because of tariffs on metal for it. So.
That's what's changed on the roll-offs a lot, and I would say this without Arnold being here, but these hoists just a couple of years ago were like 30 grand, and now they've gone up to 64,000 and some change. Same thing we've seen on dump bodies. So we do this rotation with dump trucks, roll-offs, and day cab tractors. And it's been the same thing on dump trucks too. I mean, dump bodies that were $22,000, now 46. And so it's, that's been the biggest interesting part of all of this through COVID. And, I mean, people are still selling them. That's the thing. And so it'll be, that's why I said, I think the years of you sitting there and getting a check after you run the truck 30 grand are probably over for the near future. But we're still gonna be back at close to that 10% we got.
And unfortunately, probably about 75% of the metal that's used here in the United States is made outside the United States. So it's either going to come from Canada or Mexico, so it's going to have a tariff on it when it hits the ground here. So.
Is this truck sitting on the ground over there?
It is sitting on, it's not at our dealership, it's at the body company.
Oh.
It's at Winamac, Indiana, I have the body put on it right now. So it skipped the tariff part, it was built before it happened, the body was ordered before tariffs, so that, we don't have to deal with that. And on average right now, what I've been seeing with a new body and truck, it's tariff-wise where they have it tacked on, it's about $7,500, give or take.
Yeah, and less strict emissions on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Drew, how do we get around Virginia procurement again on this program?
What's the program called?
Sourcewell.
Sourcewell contract.
So it's a cooperative contract where they take and do the bidding for you. So every so many years, we bid with Sourcewell, and they take and select the dealerships that get to take and use their program.
That's similar to what there's a joint bid in Alabama, and there's also, they have the ability to purchase off of Sourcewell. So they can use both, and then all of our Mississippi counties are on Sourcewell too.
Sourcewell's used for everything.
Nationwide purchasing.
So uniforms to cop cars to anything.
Just to be thinking out loud, I would like to bid the truck out and see what specs, with those specs, and see what we could get this truck for from bidding out from everybody. And then weigh that versus the program and make a decision what's in best interest of the town. That's my thought on it. It sounds like a great program.
Yeah.
I'd have to lean on some of the other council members that are, more in tune with trucks and so forth, but, that's my initial thought.
Yeah, and I just be diligent to make sure that what you put, the inspection you put out is a truck that gets bid. Because you change one thing on a truck, you go from, 46,000, 44,000 pound rears to 40, because that's the chassis that was on the ground. You might get it for the same price, then we'll look up, and it comes to me, and it just costs you 30 grand.
Right.
So that's, I believe in this program so much, I think even if you still bid them out, we will show you that this is the cheapest way to run
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm hoping.
And,
That's what I'm hoping.
his truck might not be the cheapest truck, but when you look at it on the complete spectrum
Yeah.
of what it costs you and what we can sell it for, it's the cheapest program. It's the cheapest way
That's
to
what I'm
run it.
hoping.
Yep.
What's, other council members' comments on this, presentation?
But this is the only truck available right now.
We have a Kenworth that's available right now, but we quoted it, and it is far beyond the price range that you guys are looking at, because it has a Cummins engine with Allison in it, and that's raised the price of the truck probably about $30,000 more than this one. I actually brought it over and showed it to the guys and let them look at it, and they liked it really well, but the cost is going to be substantial increase, just because of the materials that's used in the truck parts, the engine and transmission.
And this isn't just particularly one manufacturer. We do this with Kenworths, with Max, and it really works with the big three, Mac, Peterbilt, Kenworth. So that's what the program started on, and that's what works. And like you say, on this truck, it's $30,000 cheaper than the Kenworth. I don't think you're gonna see a $30,000 delta at auction. And so it's not worth spending the extra 30 to not get that money back.
Okay, thank you.
Yep,
very
thank y'all.
much. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you.
Angie Carter.
Mine is not that big.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't have a truck for sale?
I don't have any shirts for sale. I don't have anything. I had Drew to pass this paper out for you guys. This kind of started with me and Shane trying to think of other things that we could do in town, because we don't have much to do already. And I started thinking about the different stages that we have in town that we could use for music, and we talked about it a couple of times, and I was like, why don't we just try it and see if we can make something work where we have a full Saturday, all day long, of music going on at the town park, on the gazebo, the rally stage, the pavilion at the theater, and we had multiple bands at multiple times, and I kind of wrote out how it would kind of work in our minds. We talked about it. But we would also invite our county restaurants to come in and participate and set up a food booth at the different venues and offer samples of their food and then sellable foods. And we would sell sample booklets for them to turn in to get a free sample at, and then they would upsell their food. And we would use the ticket booklets that we sell to kind of help pay for some of the signage that we would have to pay for. And the bands, we would get some of the businesses to sponsor. So like if you had a donut shop in town or in the county, you could sponsor a band, and your marketing material would, we could have signage at the venue for that particular band when they played, and the business would be the one to introduce them. So it kind of gives them a little bit more notoriety, participating in our event. That all makes sense so far. And so we planned to do this on October 18th. I know that there's a lot going on that month, but that's really the only weekend that's available with all of our crazy calendars. And I have reached out to several bands and musicians already, and they're all totally wanting to participate in it. I've talked to a couple businesses that would pay for a band and sponsor it. And I've talked to a couple of restaurants that are interested in it. I haven't reached out to everybody yet because I wanted to clear everything with you guys first. I came and talked to Drew about it, to see if we could work it out, and he thinks it's doable. And he even kind of came up with a name for us of Beats and Eats. I don't know if it'd be like Main Street Beats and Eats, or, I mean, we're still working on it. But, the other part of that is if we could, I have a lot of vendors who want a vendor event. And so if we could take one street, Canal Street, and I figured Church Street's probably the easiest one to do it on, and have vendors set up so that when people are walking from venue to venue, they could stop in and shop a while. And maybe that would encourage some business ideas for downtown and hopefully get people more involved in doing things local and staying here. I think I covered all that.
Shane, Mr. Farmer, what do you think about this?
I think it's it's a good idea. We do have a busy October, but I think it can be done. And I think she left out the part of, it's sort of a, she wanted it to be sort of the sampling that you would get with the tickets. You would also vote on what's your favorite. And the local restaurants would get, maybe an award for having, like Bonanza has said that they would be in it. Maybe Bonanza brings their Monterey chicken. Or, just as an example. And Pizza Town said they would be involved. Marissa said they would come and do something. So maybe have a calzone from Pizza Town that's, wins the competition. It would be like a food competition as well, so.
These are local bands, I assume.
Yeah, I gave her a list of the ones that were in the $700 to $800 range. And we might look at, I would look at getting one or two that's a little bit more than that, just to close out the night maybe. But I think you could do it for cheap, and the businesses, if the businesses get involved as well and sponsor a band, I think, that doesn't put a locality on the hook for paying for bands.
Yeah. The cheapest one that I've got, so I hate to say cheap, I don't mean for them to sound cheap, but the lowest cost I've got is $350.
What about just local bands that would just want to be up there?
That is a lot of
But we're
these.
working on, a lot of them are ones that have played here and stuff, and Noah totally is on board, he wants to come and do it. This is how much he wants to do it. That is also the day of his, engagement party, and he said, I'll come after. And I was like, okay.
He might come after.
But, we have several bands and several musicians that are really wanting to do it. It's kind of like a mini version of Rhythm and Roots, to be our version of it, so.
Well.
We did ask for a tiny bit of money. Because I'm
that's
very
the
bottom.
very bottom.
We aren't going there.
Well, I think, first of all, this is on paper, a good idea. I'm not opposed to that. However, we're just now finishing our season, which means we are finishing our budgeted season for events such as this. I don't know, I think you need a little more, for me, I'd like to do a little more planning, give it enough time to get this ready. If you're asking businesses to pay for bands, right now, I don't know if the council, when you're asking for money, they're the ones that vote. But I don't know where they would be on that. I'll let them speak for yourself on that. But this is it kind of fits in with with the small business advisory recommendations that we've been meeting on trying to improve downtown businesses, which is the attractive, the interesting part of this proposal. Not opposed to it at all, just don't know if we have enough time to get all that together and do all the publicity and get all these folks to commit. That's just my question, it's not a yea or nay, okay?
That'd be my concern as well. Just 2 months, basically, to plan the event, and I would want to get it right. And this is, that's a lot of coordination. I know how much work goes into our events, logistically, from all of our partners and even in-house. And my thoughts were, would be to shoot for next year.
Also probably need to check the dates as far as what else is going on in the region on October 18th.
There wouldn't be anything wrong with this being a spring event either, before this kicks
It'll
off.
be okay. The only issue is the vendors. We have such a hard time getting vendors in the spring because they're not really making anything or doing anything. They want fall events.
Okay,
So,
well,
Well, I've even gone to meetings in the years I've been here, trying to get like a fall festival, fall something. And I think it's a great idea, but I'm with them, I don't know about the
Well,
time.
I don't have any problem with time frame because I work by the seat of my pants all the time anyway, and this is totally right up my alley. I don't have any problem with getting it out there. And we have a tremendous reach as far as marketing, so I feel like we would get out there pretty well.
Ms. Nana,
Well, I'm like, yeah, I think it sounds great on paper. But who's gonna do all this work?
And
Of course.
so you're gonna do
Well,
all
I
the work.
have a whole board that at my disposal to work on things, so.
So you're gonna, this doesn't require Drew and, well, Shane's gonna be involved,
I
obviously.
mean, he has to just because I call him every day and everything.
Okay.
You're just asking for Church Street on the road.
Church Street, and there's nothing, there's no houses really blocked off right there. It wouldn't be that much of a traffic issue.
So
for that
basically,
one little
between
section.
Main Street and Russell Street.
Yeah.
What about Halloween?
We're good on Halloween.
Pardon?
We're good for Halloween.
I know, but
She's
We're
talking
gonna-
about the time frame of it being so close.
I don't think it was, it's totally different.
It's a different.
yeah, it's different, but I mean,
Yeah.
as far as the work to get all of it done.
Well, we've done Halloween so much, it's kind of like how the holiday bazaar is, I just start feeling in now. We're in a routine of it, and even the new stuff that we add, we just put it in place. And like I said, I have a great board, my board works their butt off every time we take on something, so I don't have any concerns at all. Like, I'm ready to start right now.
Let's see, now, Deanna, Leonard,
Sounds like a good idea.
good idea? Brad?
Who will fund the staging and stuff like that?
We don't need stages.
And
And most of the ones I've talked to bring their own sound.
So we use our existing stages, we're not renting a stage.
We don't really need
They
anything.
bring their sound,
Yeah.
you think?
clean up, stuff like that?
We may get love with that. I'm not above going out with trash bag.
Sure.
What does the band's being sponsored by the businesses, Angie, how do you, what
It's
approach?
getting
would
them
that be?
involved, because one of the issues that we have, and I'm not being mean, but one of the issues we have is getting them involved in stuff. They come out for Halloween and do things, but they don't come out of their businesses very much, and that's my goal, is to get them out and involved, and let people see who the business owners are, and talk to them and be a little more social.
I still think a lot of local people would love to come and perform and thanks bands.
Well, we'll put it out there that when if we can move forward with it, I can put it out there for local talent that's not, had a lot of press or whatever to participate. And I do think that we've got one or two that want to come for free. But I told them I have to wait till we talk tonight before I can move forward with it. But I don't think we'll have any problem getting 10 or 12 spots filled. I've already talked to 6 and they're totally game, so.
Pretty angry.
So I would be more comfortable, I feel confident in you running the event and your board facilitating. I'd be more comfortable rather than seed money to trading off with our employees helping up with the trash, and we're gonna have police officers helping. We'll be compensating the police for,
Yeah, I totally
we'll have
get
to
that.
have extras do that, because the rest of them get covered in the town. But I am confident that you all can pull the event off in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great idea, and I would support it, I just wouldn't support it with that much funding. I'd rather just trade out.
I looked on the AP report too. It's, I would assume for most events, we take that over to the trash and the septic service. Fourth of July, the porta johns for the Fourth of July were $13.35. So they paid for those, so I'd say probably about the same number on that.
Grants, do we still, have we used all our grant money with the tourism group? Got any money left?
I'm actually getting ready to apply for money again.
Okay.
That goes in this month for, I'll be applying for Cedar Fest for festival. Hopefully should get 5 for it, and I'll be applying for theater again,
Okay,
and hopefully should get 5 for it.
all right. Thank you, Brad. Elijah?
I think it's a good idea. I'm a fan of music festivals. One thing though I did note, you know, I know that in here it talks about established restaurants would be given the opportunity to be at those events and give samples and things like that. But established restaurants are not a fan of food trucks.
So, this is another reason that I put them in first, because I talk to all the businesses, you know, that's my job. And that's one of their complaints is, we do food trucks, we do, and I don't have anything against food trucks, I love anybody's food, I'm a
Sure.
foodie. But I'm trying to give them an opportunity too, to participate. And if they don't, they don't. Well, our backup is food trucks, any space that we don't feel we'll use food trucks. So,
No, I agree. Planning wise, it's a short time frame. I would like to look at what's going on in the region in October, because if we do it, and the town contributes to it, I would want it to be an annual thing, not a one, you know,
yeah,
one
I've
hit
checked the
show.
calendars, because that's how I do all my events. I don't want to go up against another festival for anything
Sure.
that I do, because you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only, and that's why I said at the beginning, this was the date that was open and not packed full of stuff, so.
Brad, are they still considering moving some of the football games to Thursdays and Saturdays because of the ref
I think
shortage?
so. Yes,
This fall?
that was a conversation.
But right now, we don't have a game
That's
on
not
Fridays or Thursdays.
definite, no.
You think you can get her done?
Does that require a motion to support?
Yeah, it does. Is there a motion?
There will be, I'm just trying to figure out how to word it.
Okay.
In kind.
Okay, what are we calling this? Beat, what'd you call it?
Well, Drew suggested Beats and Eats. I think we need something else with it, either downtown Beats and Eat, Main Street Beats and Eat, something like that.
Do we need the festival term in it?
Beats and Eats, yeah, we'll put that on the
I'll
end.
need the festival word in there somewhere, I think.
And we call it Main Street Beats and Eats Festival.
That's
Okay.
not gonna be in my motion. That's not.
And I've already made a flyer and stuff, I just didn't have time to print it out. 'cause I've already-
Rhyming words are not good. I think I'll let the.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
Yeah, that's not generally my thing. I'm not, no.
Go ahead.
But I did want to give credit to Drew because he, on the fly, popped that one out.
I'd like to make a motion to support the event that Angie will come up with the name of.
You don't want to repeat that?
For October 18th, 2025, with the town providing Church Street and providing police work and sanitation work.
Would you limit your Church Street, identify where you're talking about, from Main to Russell?
Just a little section.
From Main Street to Russell Street. Southern section.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
And we're good, I'm good with our other facilities, it's not just that. I mean, good at using pavilion
Oh, yeah.
to other locations as well.
Just tell me one more time.
Just
You
off
got
the
the
Middle Park, pavilion, the rally stage, all that, I'm good with it.
I mean, really, the planning is the hardest thing, getting everybody organized, but.
Well, this, the one, I mean, the thing that is attractive to it is that it finally gives us an opportunity to utilize all those stages.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I mean,
what
I'm
they
thinking
always
all the
You
time,
finally
and I'm
got the
like,
rally
we
stage.
should do something with this stuff. And if it works, I mean, we can try a spring one. I mean, I don't care to do like seasonal stuff like that, but everybody wants fall. That's
Just-
what
okay.
everybody's,
The
you know.
town park, the town park, is that the old mill park, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, see, I call it the Old Mill Park, no, I call it the gazebo park, and he calls it
Cold Mill Park.
Old
It's
Mill
the
Park.
old mill park,
So what do you call the rally stage?
On the schoolyard.
Lebanon Middle School.
Okay.
So we're essentially a sponsor, is what you want us to do.
So we
Yeah.
got the old,
In-kind.
the old mill park, the theater pavilion, and then the Lebanon Middle Schools.
Rally station.
Rally stage.
So that's a little more tighter than the town park.
And it's all walkable, and that was kind of our goal too, because I'm all about the Hallmark Channel. I want everybody to think that that's our town. I want people walking and meandering and
Well,
doing and.
seeing the business is what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Would this be someone performing all day at each of these?
Yeah, it would be like, you might have two going at one time and then one so that you don't miss all of them and you can see the schedule ahead of time and know which ones you want to hit. And when you're not at the music, you can be hitting the food, you can be hitting the vendors, so it keeps them right there. And it also would help, I put in here too, like the Willow, he can have stuff going on, you know, and that's an opportunity for him at the collective and the sports bar, they can have stuff going on. We've got a couple of little businesses that we would put that in there to shop around, you know, go and visit these people, so.
Well, they have stages also.
Yeah, that's why I said they could have things going on. I mean, it's not, they wouldn't be restricted to just our things, if they wanted to participate and do stuff they could.
And other events I've been to, you've got stages, but also
Yeah.
they're playing in the businesses.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I would help everybody. I mean, that's my job. So
Are
I'm
you
trying
gonna
to-
develop a brochure for all this, with
Yeah.
where everything is, and you and
I've already got a
Shay will
flyer
get together on
started.
that?
Yeah.
If it passes a vote.
I'll second it.
Sorry, second.
I think Deanna already seconded.
Third, if you will.
I did too.
She didn't push the button, Mayor.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You.
So awesome. Now we'll get lots of shout outs for this.
Okay.
Well, we're just,
Do it right, Shay.
Oh, yeah, I got
Change
you.
your yoke around.
We're good, we're good.
what's that?
Jerry,
My chamber president was a witness to all that.
And who is he? Sir, could you stand up and introduce
Would you
yourself?
please rise and come forward, Mr. Jackson?
Stay there.
Sorry.
Did she say board at her disposal or disposal?
I said at my disposal.
Yeah.
Either
I really
way.
do have an awesome board. I have to brag on them all the time.
Hey, good to see you, buddy. Welcome.
Good to see y'all too. I'm sorry, I feel rude.
Do what?
Back to y'all.
You do too. You have a wonderful board also.
Good, great council. We have a great council. We
Have a short
do.
time,
That's my
have a
son.
short time to say.
I figured everybody knew that.
That's
I'm
all
sorry.
I'm no nepotism, no, let's wait.
I can't believe she didn't make the motion.
Okay.
He's proposing something else.
So, Drew, are you gonna drive?
Let me know when
Okay.
you're in the next slide.
And we'll try not to run along. So this is from our lead, our last lead that we had. And we'll see that's in 2021. So, you know, we really like to plan some things out long term. No, life gets busy. So that's what it is. So we'll go ahead and start. So this is the program, and I'll get to what the whole thing is about and a little bit how we propose going about this. So the picture, like I said, I had to present this, so she's cute, that gets your attention. I don't offer that option, so that's where that kind of draws your attention, so go ahead and do it. So I don't have the most recent figures. Like I said, this is from back in 21 to 22. So I pulled like our lodging and meal tax, and you'll see where we're at there. Of course, COVID, we saw the meal tax go up, we saw lodging go down. But what we want to do here, this is a dual prong. We want to add more people coming into the town, into the county, but also we've got to push, this whole year we've been pushing sustainability. Let's take care of the people who have already invested here, the people who put their life savings out there to open businesses. So let's go to the next one. So you guys have a great start. Y'all done a good job with everything. You know, congratulations on Cedar Fest. Those look pretty awesome sitting there, that in the theater. Yeah, good job. Good job to all of you for everything you've done. But you see, you're pulling in people now. And to me, like, you know, I've been here like all of my life, with the exception of 4 years. I went to Bragg for my last 2 years, but I stayed 4. Anyway, you've got a lot of things going on here, so that's what we want to do. We want to get some more of these people. So go ahead with the next one, Drew, if you don't care. Recreational opportunities. Great job on pickleball. People love the pickleball courts. People love the splash pad. I know, I talk to people from all over the place that come in and enjoy both those. Go next. And you can go again. And one more. Okay, so here we are. We've got Russ County Fair and Horse Show. For the longest time, that was like our biggest draw. That's what we really had. Now you've got your events, you know, 4th of July, but now you've got your events, just like this one coming up. Maybe this will turn into like an annual thing. So this is a boom for our local businesses. It helps tax revenue, it helps, like I said, sustainability. So what do we have? What do we have? Another niche, just for Lebanon, just for the county, like something that we don't have. So I intend for this to be a little interactive, but can anybody give like just a roundabout figure on how many people you think come to the Creeper Trail annually? And I pulled the figures for the last 3 years.
Out of town to visit?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Well, total business.
Total visitors.
Yeah, that's how they categorize it, just total people. 180,000 to 250,000 people annually. That's a ton. Okay, so what could we do if we could pull 25% of those people to Russell County? I mean, and there I've got, you know, what if those folks can spend $5 per person? You have kids, you have grandkids, nieces, nephews. Do you ever take them anywhere and spend $5? You spend multiples of fives, okay? So that's what we're aiming for. So if you were able to pull 45,000, 62,000 people, and I know it's like, wow, that sounds like a lot. It's not. It's not. You could pull in at $5 a person, $250,000 in the neighborhood. And that's for local businesses. That's people who go to Walmart. That's people who go to Pizza Town, to Bonanza, you know, what have you. Which, that's what these are. I had to go through this and make sure nothing was shut down from 2021. So anyway, so in the county, here we have the falls. You know, we're at JS Easterly Park. So this is where the proposal comes in. This is the key. This starts in Lebanon. The proposal is the Cedars, and you can call it anything you want, and that's between like you guys, the county, whoever. But the Cedars Bike and Hiking Trail. So what we have proposed is starting at JS Easterly Park and getting easements and right-of-ways to Pinnacle Park in Russell County. That gives you the opportunity to have something, to have access to Russell County's #1 natural resource. You've been landlocked. Imagine somebody parking in Lebanon, staying in Lebanon, and having access to the Clinch River. You can do that. So there are several options here. You see on the bottom left here, the red X, that's JS Easterly. And you see if you had like, well, north of this picture, you're seeing the Pinnacle Park, 760 acres. There's already trails there. If you see the right-hand picture, you see the green outline trail that's already existing in JS Easterly. That's where people walk now. So like I said, sorry, 776 acres. All of these, and I know you can't see the legend, but there's the Cedar Creek Trail, Copper Ridge Trail, Grapevine Hill Trail. They're already pre-existing. So there again, you already have a draw. It's just getting people there. Okay. And there, of course, the Pinnacle, the bridge, the falls, and like I said, you have access to the Clinch River. So how do we make this happen? What's the magic that makes everything happen? Money. Money. So here's where we go. We've already talked to Delegate Quinn's office about this. They're involved with us. Shane, you guys have gotten an abundance of grants. They're still out there. Like I said, up here, this 2021, but that's still out there, this Virginia Recreational Trails Program. In 21, they had $1.4 million. Israel has stated that there's several lumps of grant money, that it would be easier to pull something that's already there as opposed to put it in the budget, which is possible. If it involves the municipality, but also outside of the town limits, there's a bigger chunk of money that's available. The Preservation Trust Fund, that provides grants for acquisitions, easements, rights of way, and other methods of protecting open space for farm and forestry, recreation, wildlife, and more. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at like easements. We're looking to try to figure out a path to get easements. Go ahead, Kurt. So this is just a package, you know, on our access to the Clinch River. And of course, you see right there is the Pinnacle area. Can you go to the River here? We're just wanting to tie all this in together. And this should be a symbiotic relationship. So think of how many people come to trail days. How many people come to the Virginia Creeker Trail? How many people come to St. Paul for Clinch River Days? So if you advertise this too, they still get their people, they still get their stuff, but we throw ours in with it. And of course, now we're thinking, one thing that we've got to sell here, and I'm not just selling this for tourism, it's not just that, but we live in one of the most beautiful areas in the country. We just have to let people know that. Yeah, I went to the Grand Canyon, awesome. But you know what I noticed out there? Everything's red and dirt and dead.
Yeah.
It's not here. It's not here. It's beautiful here. So that's what we want to sell. And in saying that, like I said, it's not just for tourism. It's not just for tourism. We want a hiking and biking trail for our people. There's new business opportunities. I talked to Stuart Carter about this, and you guys know he sells the e-bikes and things like that. David Coleman will be here with me now, jumping up and down because he wants a motor trail. Of course, he's gallivanting in Europe this week. So, you know, it's for our folks that are already here too. A place for your kids or your families to go ride, hike, whatever, what have you. And like I said, once you get there, you got 776 acres. The worst thing, part of this is me. Our worst enemy is us because we look at it and think it's too hard, it's too expensive, it takes too much time, we can't do it. We can overcome that. So we got to get past the man in the mirror. So what I'm proposing now is that I'm not trying to sell anything, no approvals, no timeline. But my suggestion is that we work with your all's Parks and Rec committee. We get together with the county, and some of them are aware of this too.
Have you presented this?
At the lead program. And
It's next to present there.
Yeah.
You're going to the board of supervisors
We-
with this presentation?
we can update there. Steve has seen it before, but we'll update
All
there.
right, go ahead.
And I don't know, I think we talked about that. I don't think they have per se a Parks and Rec kind of
No.
committee. But we're just trying to get everybody like on a page. I mean, this is gonna be like a feasibility study, if you think it's working. Like I said, funds are there. It's something, it's not gonna be easy. My suggestion though is you get that committee together, start talking it over, come up with a primary and a secondary route, and then from that point, you know, maybe look at like a survey engineering study, and then go for the money, once we figure out how much we need. And that's it. Are there any questions?
That's a good,
Easements, what type of hurdle do you think the easements will be?
Landowners.
I mean, well,
I mean, that's gonna be the biggest thing, somebody agreeing to give you. But like I said, there's primaries and secondaries, so you've got two shots.
That was our biggest hiccup before on trying to get a trail down there is, I think, Buddy Gilmer, just to be honest with you, right out the gate. You remember that mayor, was it Randy Childers?
yeah, I do.
It was,
Well,
and,
you,
and my opinion is, if you get all these partners and you get everybody together and you get a plan, it's a little bit different than just one person presenting an idea. And so, you know, I would hope that maybe
Come up with
Zach
a list of those property
Ketron
owners.
Zach Ketron and
Add
Buddy
them to a meeting.
would be willing to, you know, to come through. And I think their number one concern was maintenance, who's gonna maintain it? And, you know, if it's an official trail, then you know, that's something that can be worked out. So,
And that's, I did pull up Onyx Hunt. I don't know if you guys use that to pull up landowners and try to figure out the different areas. And like I
follow the
said,
water, wouldn't you?
what's that?
Follow the water.
That's right. That would be the best.
Yes.
But in some cases, that goes right down the middle of somebody's property.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're probably not very keen on that, but you never know until you
Well,
ask.
some of them had that CREP program, or a lot of them invested in the CREP program, which kept the livestock out of the creek anyway. And
Right.
maybe, you know, that's an opportunity for a trail somewhere in that area.
Yeah, if we could follow the creek, that would be the best way.
Yeah, there would be what is the buffer on that, Scott, you know?
well, my
There's
thought
there's
is,
a buffer between their fence and the creek bank.
Yeah.
for-
I thought that was a very, I mean, miles and miles, but you said it's 3-point-something miles.
Direct,
And that's
direct
not
was
really far
3.77
away.
miles.
Oh, that's
That's-
a perfect deal.
I thought you was gonna say that was a great presentation.
Still is.
It's a, That's a great
She didn't hit the
idea.
button.
Yeah,
She didn't hit the
here
button,
to the
Jack.
Pinnacles is a great idea, yeah.
His button's already pushed, it's been over.
She was gonna turn it off.
Probably, yeah, yeah. Watch the sidewalk.
I'm watching, it's off.
But I mean, like I said, you know, you guys can think it over, and like I said, there's nothing in it for me or anything. We're just pushing sustainability for what we have and trying to get some, you know, some business for our locals and then plus boost the tax revenue.
And there are some business opportunities in having something like that here. And what we have seen is that, like Washington County markets all of our free stuff for us anyway. They'll help market that, but we need to be marketing eating here, staying here, shopping here. That's just another piece for them to spend their money on to help us market, so.
Well, I think this October event, Shane could probably help us, is this as we get on, the, trail map with, Crooked Road, would that be a project?
See, Crooked Road's real strict about the music. It would have to be just bluegrass music, so
Okay.
they would not,
All right,
they would not support that.
did a good job, I think
Thank
we
you.
moved forward then.
Like I
Thank
said,
you.
y'all just let me know.
Good job.
We'll go with it.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Farmer, you're up, buddy.
We got Charlie.
You want to let Charlie go first?
Oh, Charlie, just hang out with us now.
What we have first, the program design or the budget appropriation?
They're both together, so the program design that Charlie's gonna talk about, both of these coincide with the Main Street Villas infrastructure grant that we received, $2 million grant that we are funneling through the town for Cumberland housing for the Main Street Villas. The first one is the program design. It was actually in your information packet, but the attorney took a look at it, Charlie made a couple of changes. So there's one at your stations, the resolution is stapled to the top of it, it's just one page, and then the program design is directly under that. The highlighted portions in the program design are the changes to it. There weren't very many changes. I think the biggest change that I've seen was paragraph 4, the second, page 4, the second paragraph under section B, changes the retainage equivalent from 10% to 5%.
And this document was put together with the assistance of Cumberland Plateau Regional Housing Authority. Their board voted on this last Friday, last Thursday, approved it. It just lays out most of it's on their end actually, but lays out the responsibilities of the town and responsibilities of the Regional Housing Authority, and just how the Regional Housing Authority plans to market and select their residents for the property. So.
Okay.
What was that percent again, Drew?
So if you look on the information packet,
I saw it, it went from 10 to 5.
yes, sir.
I believe that came from recommendations of the Regional Housing Authority lawyer. There was a limitation on there, I believe. They said their maximum was 5%. I believe.
Do you require any action of this? Is this informational or what?
This will require board approval. Minor updates may be made with the recommendation of DHCD in the future, but this is the major framework for it.
So we need a motion to approve the program design
Yes.
for the Main Street Villas.
So one concern we had from some of our residents were the age. Did that age change from 62 to 55?
I believe it's, I might check the key on that specifically, but it's listed here as 55. It's said as whatever the standard census requirement for elderly is.
You got page 7 on the target population.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 55 in here, but I was thinking that it was 62 previously. Because it was for lower income elderly.
That's a good age to start.
I don't think it's a selected number, is it? It's not a selected number, that's a federal
I think
number.
it's a standardized, yeah, federal number, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
Mayor, I'm looking at page 5, responsibilities, project development, town of Lebanon. Kevin just pointed it out to me, but there's really nothing unreasonable there. It's kind of similar to what way we handled our DHCD funds prior on our downtown revitalization project. It's kind of the same, similar responsibility.
almost the same template.
Yeah.
It's just a different project.
Very well could be, yeah.
So I'll make a motion to approve the resolution, appropriation of funds for the Lebanon Main Street Village Infrastructure Project.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second.
Hang on just a second, sorry, Scott. It's two separate, the resolution and the program design are two different things, they're stapled together. We'll need to do the program design first and then do the resolution for the budget appropriation. So just the program design is the first one.
Can you amend your motion to
Yes.
program design
Program
first?
design for Lebanon Main Street Villas Housing Production Project, Mayor.
Brad,
I'll second.
any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Now we need a motion to approve the resolution.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
We have a second. Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you. Very good.
Charlie, that meeting we had here, can we get that document with all those?
Yeah, I've got it, I just finished up.
Well, if you get a chance, can you let me just email it to Diane, she can send it to.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Charlie. Yes. Housing, whenever it comes up, be sure to holler at it.
Okay, yeah, we're looking at the final presentation, I believe, September or October. We're still working out a finalized date,
Great.
but I'll sure let you know.
Thanks.
No problem. Thank you all.
Okay. We probably, the council, or myself and the council, read an email from Mr. Farmer regarding awards that the town received. I want to pour Shane Thompson, I want to thank Shane for all the work related to the theater, Cedar Fest, but I really want to thank the council as well, and Drew, for all the efforts that went into both these projects. And I'll let you, Shane, tell us about how we got here with these awards.
Right, the Friends of Southwest Virginia they sponsored, basically it's a tourism summit, they held it in Whitwell, where they had, awards where folks were nominated all over Southwest Virginia for, I think it was 30-some awards or something like that, 30, 40. There was probably 250 people at the meeting. It was a nice setting at Whitwell at the meeting area there. We were nominated by basically Russell County. The Experience Russell County, basically they're over all of Russell County's tourism. So they can nominate for those awards. And they not Shiloh Littlebrooks. She is the one that nominated us for those two awards. Those two awards were, and you can skip through them. And these are just pictures from today, basically. That's just a little press release there. But Excellence in Tourism Partners, outstanding new tourism business in Southwest Virginia. That went to the Russell Theater. We were nominated by them again, like I say, and we were selected, over every locality in Southwest Virginia. So that's a pretty big lick for us. I was tickled just because I know the work that I put in to bring things there, and I know what we've done to even build that theater to get here, what you all have done, and what has gone into place to make it what it is. And it's still growing, and getting accolades like this proves that folks are seeing it, folks are hearing about it, and it's getting bigger and better each time we do something. So, been a good year so far too at the Russell. We've had 3 sold out concerts. 2 others were almost sold out, and then yet the least amount that we've had attend the concerts, 110 people. So, pretty good year for live shows. We've had 95 come to a comedy show. That's our biggest comedy show so far. We had 85 come to another comedy show. We got another comedy show coming up. So, the Russell's really starting to, it's starting to come on, I feel like. And those shows, part of that has been what I started as the Clinch Concert Series, sponsored by the Crooked Road, which is all bluegrass shows. We've had a great bluegrass lineup. And I've already got folks reaching out to me to be in that lineup next year. So it's really nice when folks start reaching out to you to say, can I come and perform in your venue and in your Clinch Concert Series. So, and I haven't forgot the Graskins. I'm working with them right now. They'll be here next year, I feel like. So that's a good one. You were wanting to know, and they've got 2 songs on the charts right now. So definitely trying to get them for next year. And then Cedar Fest, it won the Excellence in Tourism Partners Outstanding Festival of the Year with attendance up to 10,000. Just so you know what company we're in, the one with 10,000 more was Redmond Roots. So, that was the 2 best festivals in Southwest Virginia. So that's saying a lot, because you've got Blue Highway Festival, you've got so many other festivals that's going on, and we ranked above them. So I feel like that's a feather in your all's cap too, because y'all as a council, not everybody was here, but a lot of y'all were here when y'all started that Cedar Fest. You started that going, and now it's keeping it going, and it's just growing and growing. And before too long, I'm afraid we're going to be out of up to 10,000, because we're getting close. We really are. We're getting close every year of passing that 10,000 number. So, but again, it was a great day. It was, and again, it's always nice to bring home accolades that other people vote on and say that you've done a good job, and that's going towards you all as well as you. And I always like to tell people, if you think back not too long ago, we weren't doing any of this. And here in 5 to 6 years, look at what we've done and what we're growing and how we're growing. Parks and Rec's unbelievable now. I mean, for a small town, we have anything that you want to come and live here, to come and play here, to come, stay a while.
Raise your family here.
Yes, we really do. We've got anything that you would want in a small town. It's here. But we do have to start getting that word out. And we got to grow, keep growing. We can't stop. We got to keep going. I'm nonstop thinking about stuff we can do. And, it's a driving force with me to make sure we get good quality stuff in that theater constantly. And that pavilion, I don't know if you've been by there and saw it, but it's unbelievable. And, we're getting ready to start some stuff this fall on it. I'm going to start some pickings on the porch. It's just going to be open to musicians to come out and play on the porch on a weeknight. And they have a food truck or something there that night to feed them supper. But, there's a lot of good things getting ready to happen in town lately. We're just now hitting the top of the iceberg, and I think we're going to keep growing and keep doing things. And it makes me proud to be from Lebanon. I really put us out there. I tout our town because I think we got a great town. I think we've got a lot of great things in it. And I always tell people, if I can get you to come to the theater, you're going to come back, because that's how good the venue is. And at Cedar Fest keeps growing year after year after year. And I've been negotiating with. I hadn't told y'all this because I was hoping to surprise y'all with it, but it fell through. But I just about had 49 Winchester as their headliner next year. But their lead singer is getting married that week, so that fell through.
July 4th, Mayor. Maybe they can make
But,
it here
yeah,
for July 4th.
Scott mentioned that, so, I mean, if you wanted me to see if they got July 4th available,
Absolutely.
I'll check with I've got their manager's phone number now. She said, call me anytime. She said, and she even said, since we can't come to your Cedar Fest this year, let me help you find somebody. So we've got some connections, I've been making those connections, bringing people to the theater and getting stuff done. So I feel like, we're going in the right direction on the things that we're doing. And, we're doing a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of stuff, a lot more things than a lot of folks in Southwest Virginia are doing. So, and that's because you all allow that. You know, you're not shut off, you're willing to do some things, and it shows. And, you know, I can say that because, you know, I run the recreation department. You know, we've got people coming from Abington to play on our pickleball course because they say that ours are better than theirs. So,
That's good.
you know, the only thing is we're running out of room, fast. It's unbelievable.
Some more, so.
I know, it's crazy, but, you know, it's really taking off, and spinning off of that a little bit, I put some stuff on there, y'all wanted me to talk to the locals about playing pickleball, and, starting to turn up the league, that's coming up, so, you know, I'm working on that. And that's one more picture, that lady there in the picture, that is Michelle Workman, she's our representative for BTC, so I wanted to put a picture of her, so y'all put a face with who I deal with BTC and stuff like that, so and that's all the award winners. Like I said, Bristol Rhythm Roots won a bunch. We won two, and not many people won double, but there was a few, so. But, it was a good day, and it's nice to represent the town of Lebanon at those things, and hope to do it more often, and I think next year we can probably win a few more awards.
You just keep moving forward, that's what, as you say.
Right.
I want to thank, as well, I want to thank the council, as you mentioned. We are forward thinking. We'll take a chance or two. I can remember when we started Cedar Fest, it tickled me to death. It's something that I dreamed up for years. And then during our bicentennial, we kicked it off. And as you say, I can't believe it's 6 years in. You know, here we go. But I'd like to get, if we could get everyone down, Shane, if you could come up and get the awards. Sean, can you get a picture? Well, over here. Let's move that podium out of the way.
Yeah, we got wheels down. We got wheels down.
Come on up.
Oh, I thought we were going down there.
Excuse me, do I?
The mayor's going down there.
Yeah, one of them. That's not what I want to see this. Just it's like, oh,
You think it's a lot of land?
that light on the inside. Let's see, can you get everybody?
Yep. Mayor.
No count again, Sean?
Do what?
No count again?
Yeah.
Gotta be ready then.
Yes.
It's heavy too.
Boom, well done.
Shane, you need to
Put that on
get a
there.
trophy cabinet ordered for this room.
This one, put it up to you, eh?
I'm gonna pass it down through here.
Y'all already.
Eldora Speedway can bring in 42,000 people to Rossburg, Ohio. Right.
I don't know, no, just spend $5. I mean, you can't even get two Mountain Dews for $5.
I know.
That's unreal.
We had another,
And if you got kids, I mean, McDonald's is $100, if you got a couple of young ones in one.
we just finished another event this weekend. The Big Rig Showdown. If you were out there, I mean, great weather. I've never seen such a crowd in my life. And then Saturday night, we got to hear all about it up there on Main Street. I was sitting there on my porch. I think about, what was it, 85 trucks went through here?
There was 152 registered. We counted 7 or 8 that poured out before the parade, so I'm gonna guess it was
400?
at least 100 in the parade, I would say. It was 152 registered.
Right, okay. So, Miss Nyla, I believe you have something from the Big Rig Showdown.
I do. Melissa just wanted to give everybody this, from the town and to tell everybody how much she appreciates us, and it was great and getting bigger every
Yeah,
year.
very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And one thing about that, I didn't realize about that big rig showdown, is they sell those first few spots in that parade.
15 spots, yeah.
Yeah, they sell the first.
Oh,
few
they raise
spots.
money, yeah.
And the first spot is like $6,000.
$6,000 to get the
Through
lead.
that first spot, and they sell they sell the first 15. But what I didn't realize until they were telling me is every dime of that goes to charity.
Every time, yeah.
That's what we were told, the charity and the people said, I don't know, what is it?
Go
The
to.
church.
The
go-to.
The go-to.
They said like 90-some houses in Damascus that they had a hand in doing, like 80-some of the homes redoing or building, whatever. So, see, people just don't know, they just think that's for fun, but they don't know what it's for.
Just imagine the money that raise.
That's right. Okay, we're going to move on the agenda. We're now down to the Small Business Enterprise Grant Program. That was in the agenda packet. Talked to Ernie, we'll be talking about that at the IDA meeting. The IDA council wishes to move forward with this project. The IDA will be asked to administer it on our behalf, along with the USDA Small Business Grant Program as well.
Drew, can you read the overview and the grant purpose and description?
I can. The overview is, the town of Lebanon seeks to establish a small business grant program in partnership with Russell County Industrial Development Authority to promote the startup or expansion of small businesses within the town of Lebanon corporate limits. The development and design of this grant program is aligned with feedback from the town of Lebanon leadership, town of Lebanon small business committee members, stakeholders within the town, and consumer interest surveys from the town of Lebanon citizens. With the grant
Go ahead with the grant purpose and description, if you
The
would.
town of Lebanon business, small business enterprise grant program is intended to facilitate and incentivize economic activity and job creation by promoting and attracting new small businesses and/or small business expansion within the town of Lebanon. The town of Lebanon will allocate a total of $100,000 for the fiscal year 25-26 for the grant program. Town funding will be derived from budget line item industrial and community development and capital savings. Grant award applications shall not exceed $50,000 and be a minimum of $5,000. A one-to-one match on all funds performance agreements will be required. The Russell County Industrial Development Authority shall administer the Town of Lebanon Small Business Enterprise Grant Program. The IDA will be responsible for accepting, reviewing eligible applications and ranking the applications, awarding grants, and bookkeeping, including performance agreements. All administrative responsibilities of the IDA are at their sole discretion. Funds shall be transferred from town to the IDA upon notification of award and simple request of the IDA director and the town manager.
That last part you read there, Drew, that's what will be presented to the IDA meeting, okay?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to move forward with the Town of Lebanon Small Business Enterprise Grant Program. Allow our IDA members and the town council to work with the IDA to see if this is something they're willing to partner with and move forward.
Is there a second?
I'll second, Mayor.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Mr. Short, I believe you're up.
Thank you all. A couple items on this month's manager's report. First item is the Southwest Virginia Water Wastewater Fund application. It's coming up due in a few weeks. We've been working with Matthew Lane on that. That is the funds that we capture from Cumberland Planning District. each year that goes toward water and wastewater projects. This year, talking with Debbie Milton, it looks like there's roughly 70,000 out there per municipality. So my goal is, and hopefully the plan is, if you guys agree with what I'm going after a mobile generator. I've got 3 quotes right now that range anywhere from 95 to 105,000. So if we get that 70,000, we're looking at a mobile generator for all the pump stations, water plants, sewer plants, that sort of thing, for around 35,000. The new plans that we have for our PERs do have pump station, or do have generators at the new pump stations we're doing, and at the water and wastewater, but they're not mobile to be able to take to all the other pump and lift stations. And we've also borrowed the county's last 2 Cedar Fests to use at Cedar Fest for power pump stages.
Can you, sorry,
Go ahead.
can we have a couple projects to be able to present in case the acquisition of property is not, I mean, in case they want actual material on the ground, the project,
We can,
so
yeah,
just
I
make
can
sure.
throw another one in there, like a shovel-ready project.
And they may say that this, the other one
I
right
think they'll
there.
really like the generator, but especially with all the flooding and all the stuff we've had lately, but we'll definitely throw another one in there just in case. Second item I've got on there is the theater parking lot quotes. I've got 3 quotes in there, one from BZAC, one from, in your information packet, I'm sorry. One from Austin Paving, and then there's a third in there, I can't remember who that was from. Yes, out of Louisville. Yes. And that is prep work of the parking lot, adding some extra stone, compacting it, paving the parking lot, also paving the side drive up to the back side of the theater.
Are these apples, the apples?
They are. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I didn't see the driveway up to the green room in Austin Paving, but I think it would be the cheapest, even if it wasn't included there.
Yeah, I don't see it in on his invoice right here, but it is included in the talk to him, they're doing that road too. And I'll definitely, if that's the award, I'll make sure before it starts on that.
This is close to completing our project, isn't it, Drew?
Yes, sir. Other than that, we will, right now I'm scheduling Clatter up to get there at the same time to get that front lot sealed. So they'll be there to paint the lines on the top and the bottom at the same time. We'll be,
They say when they can get to us?
I should be pretty quick when we're not that size.
So the low, is Austin, I guess Austin Paving is the low bid here?
Austin Paving is the low, yeah, 32,345,
Okay.
yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to approve Austin paving.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
The next item, revisiting the banner sign. I know Nathan had some rendering of that sign that we decided to move forward with last month. Did we ever get those quotes today? I'll reach out for a couple more quotes. With that sign being double-sided, it came back at around $13,000 for just the sign part, not the stone, not the wall size. We want to pass that along before we move forward, since we let the number mentioned last time we looked at it. So that is from Southwest Virginia Sign Shop. We reached out to Jerry's and Fast Signs to get 2 more quotes, but they were supposed to get those back today, but they didn't get those back today. So I'm looking for a little guidance on that.
Council's direction on this banner sign?
I'd like to table it till we get additional quotes, Mayor, and also negotiate with Southwest Signs on the pricing.
Okay.
My thoughts are it should be in line with what we paid for those other signs in town. I know they're one-sided versus two-sided, but you think if they're two-sided, they'd just be double the cost.
Yeah. We'll talk to him, okay?
Sounds good. We'll reach out.
Is everybody good to table this until further discussion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Last meeting, Nathan Brown was here to speak about the, both jobs we're looking at him kind of, acting project manager on. One was the east side entrance project, the other was the wall and lighting project here on the west side. We signed that contract, but Nathan had just written it up for the west side portion of that. So he, in the information packet, he's included basically a mirrored contract, but it includes the wording of the east side, just to cover both sides of that. If you guys don't care to approve.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you. A few new updates we've got. Our gate at the shop broke last week. I've got a bid in here from the gentleman that's worked on that before, Mr. Danash. And it's in the information packet, or a portion of the packet. It was around $6,000. Exactly. 6243. On short notice, that was the only quote I could get from last week. Just tossed it in here. If we're willing to approve that, we can move forward. If we can wait till September till I get some more bids, I'm okay with that. So,
What's that on, if it's messed up?
we can put it manual mode and open and close it manually. But the automatic is what's messed up on it.
I'm fine getting it taken care of.
Yeah, we need, you talking about
Town shop.
town shop, yeah,
yes.
we need to get that gate fixed,
Yeah,
for
it's,
sure.
like I said, it is operable, but they have to do it manually.
I understand.
So,
I'd rather have a gate than a comp plan.
Yes.
So moved.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second.
Was there a warranty under what work that we did on that gate?
so that gate's been,
That's been there
that's been
long.
The other gate,
probably-
the other gate was the wastewater
wastewater
plant.
plant.
Okay.
That we had worked on. That one hadn't had any work done on it for.
Okay, I thought we did both.
Can you make sure whenever he does that, everybody that's got a transmitter gets one of the new ones also?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Opposed?
Update on the lights at the ball field, talking to Randy Woodard, who's doing that work. Musco pushed his delivery back on the athletic body until August the 20th. Right now, he's stuck at a campsite and a lift station, so he's hoping to get in, when he gets those in, he's hoping to get in town and get those put up around 1st of September.
These are the lights for the pickleball court.
Pickleball and basketball.
Yes, good.
Those shouldn't take as long, should be able to get those up fairly quick. The time-consuming ones will be the ones around the trail, because we got some trench work to do with that. So we'll do the pickleball and the basketball first, that way we'll be using those while we're working on the trail lights. The beach party is Saturday. Kent will be in town Friday night. Our guys will put the stage up Saturday morning about 9. We'll have the sand out there, put it down, so hopefully we'll have good weather for it. I am putting together the contract and terms we mentioned last week, or last month, excuse me, for the stage, sound, and lighting. That's one of those things we're going to need to talk about and see how we want to handle, because SRO, when I look back at those are the ones, they have one contract for just a stage for one event, and the other contract may be for stage, sound, lighting, and the act itself. So I guess we probably need to get together and look at some guidance on how we just want to bid the stage out by itself and then do the entertainment.
I spoke to the mayor earlier about it, and I understand it's complex when trying to bid that out. And I talked to Shane also right prior to the meeting, just to make sure that I was correct, but, what do you think about just doing requests for proposals on that instead of trying to spec something out and just see?
Still break it up per
Well,
each event?
I still think we stick with stage and sound. Shane assured me, and, talking to the mayor, he was concerned about, the talent, not being included in that, but I'm pretty sure it can just be the stage and sound, and we continue to use, our current resource in Shane, to book talent moving forward.
Lighting in there too, stage.
I think so. Is that reasonable, Mayor, just
Well, I
to?
don't know if I understand that. Are you saying Shane's gonna be doing the booking?
No, I'm saying we still use our same
It's a
booking
road guy?
agent and Shane for booking,
And then
but just bid out
the stage.
the stage and the sound and the lighting as a proposal, I mean, request for proposals instead of trying to spec it and bid it.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe, well, I'll do some research, but maybe better off just to do the stage, bid the stage, and let the sound and lights be included with the act. Because sometimes they
Well-
run their own sound house.
Yeah. Well, the mayor was concerned about that, I think, but my understanding is, I mean, as long as it's top-notch sound, you know,
Well, Donnie and them, they do the big.
they do whoever we have at the theater.
Yep.
And our, you know, some of our headliners were booked through SRO, but some of our middle-of-the-line entertainment was not.
That's right.
Uh,
Well, I'd like for that to get done. We need, Drew, we're gonna have to make a decision by the September meeting.
I say we get it advertised by Monday, Mayor.
Yeah, let's
And
get it
Monday's-
out.
And Shane can help with it, I
Yeah.
think. But just request for proposals.
Yeah,
That way you don't have to spec out all the lighting and the sound, and then we'll rank them, and then we'll negotiate, with the highest rank proposal.
Where all do you want those to go? Like Eva, or how far?
What do you think, Mayor?
Out to?
You wanna direct, just
Yeah.
go local, or you wanna go to Bristol, or you wanna direct solicit to the current,
well,
to SRO and to Donnie who
Yeah,
expressed interest? And
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Direct,
I say just do local and direct solicit to the ones that have inquired about it. And
Yeah.
Shane, there might be a third person that Shane
he
can
may
mention,
know, yeah.
and make sure they get direct solicited as well.
You do that.
Sounds, yeah, that'll get us, it's hard to believe we're getting ready to celebrate our country's 250th birthday. There'll be a lot going on there next year in the country.
Maybe we can get the Festival of the Year award for July 4th next year, Mayor.
You never know about us, you never know.
And, if I can find it, I had Keith Steffi got me, called him today, I hadn't received a bid for the building, proposal yet, adding on to the splash pad building down here for the storage, he did get me one of those, today, as soon as I can find it, do it over there.
He told me you brought you something out here.
Yeah. I've seen it once. I'll have to look at this information. Anybody have any questions on anything while I'm looking?
Did you leave it in the office?
No, I haven't had it in the office.
Oh.
I had it right before I walked up here, but, you go over here and find it, and then I will,
We'll let the chief do his report.
no, it's not, it's just a
Is
single.
it all right to let the chief go ahead?
It is?
Yep.
I don't have much, so I'll be quick anyway.
You know what?
I said I don't have much, I can be quick
Well,
anyway.
you don't have to be quick. We're just-
Sounds great, Eric.
You're up, buddy.
Don't get it,
Maybe Briggs can fill in.
Okay, so just to kind of give you some of the numbers for the month of July, we had a total of 86 total summonses, warning, and cases come in. We had a total of 30 arrests, 22 misdemeanor, 8 felony, responded to 12 motor vehicle crashes, 2 DUI arrests, responded to 13 assist motorist calls. For the month of July, we had a total of 762 calls for service and 12,897 total mileage controlled. We did continue with the business checks and everything, and I've included that in the report there, the exact that report, is that kind of what the council was looking for? Is that the breakdown on the number of business checks that we're putting in there? Okay, just make sure that that's kind of what we're looking for, but that's going pretty good. You'll see, we had a total of, on our DPF report, we had a total of 5 successful purchases. So that's going pretty good. I also, if you look in your packet on the bottom of that report, you'll see some notes that I put in there on some specific things that were bought. Just kind of let you see that there. That everything else is going pretty good. We are still in talks about the Shop with a Cop thing with Walmart and Christmas with the cop. The mayor's been real busy on getting some of that in place and everything, so we anticipate a meeting soon to,
We do.
yeah, get that. I think that's gonna just keep getting bigger and bigger and do some good things. So everything else is going pretty good. I do have a traffic analysis report that you had requested, Mr. Cagley. If you'd like to have that now, or how you'd like to have that.
Yeah.
Okay. That, I hope it's what you're looking for. And just for transparency, I just wanted just to make sure everybody has it. So this is in response to concerns that Mr. Cagley has had with some complaints on speeding and stuff like that in general areas in the town, specifically on Route 71, stuff like that. So this is just kind of a breakdown of some enforcement activity that we're doing in those areas to try to help with that issue, try to get that taken care of.
Yeah, I've heard that they've done real good.
And we're trying to get taken care of for you. I know how frustrating it can be, especially when it's in your own neighborhood. It can be frustrating, so we try to stay on that pretty heavy for you, get that taken care of, and also issue.
Thank y'all for that.
Also put, if you look back there, you can see a list of the summonses and stuff and violations down on the side on there, that's in there as well. So, and you know, that is only from the August 1st through August 10th.
Oh, is it?
Yes, because the specific complaint we talked about, I think was on the 4th.
Yes.
So I just backed up from the 1st of August and went till yesterday. So that's only for 10 days.
What you just handed,
Yes,
these,
that's only for 10 days, yes.
for one, you mean the tickets?
The summons, tickets, and all.
Town of Lebanon residents are getting a warning first, right?
all-
You say this, no, not this report, yeah,
That's only from the August 1st to the 10th, yes.
wow,
That's the number of times we run stationary radar in those areas and
that's
patrol.
very impressive.
I didn't get that last page.
I'm sorry, sir, which one did you not get?
That last one.
Which one, sir?
This one,
Yep, that one.
This one here? So you can see here, this list of what the violations is. I have it.
So that's
There's
right.
there's actually two.
Two of them.
That's right.
Thank you.
But like I said, you know, anytime we get concerns from citizens, we like to get on it, so.
Yeah, y'all done a great job, thank you. Yeah, I got another call about it today. Your presence has helped a lot.
appreciate you.
We'll do,
Thanks, Steve.
anything like that. Everything else is going really good.
How's school opening going?
It actually going good. You know, traffic is always the first week or so. It's always a little bit of a mess, but you know, we're handling it pretty good. Connection drive seems to be our biggest issue right now. It always is the first couple of weeks, but it works out pretty good.
You're gonna do this we're gonna do the traffic assistance control at the Lebanon News, middle school, primary school.
So
First couple of weeks of
yeah,
school.
so typically the way we've always done it is we'll always have someone, you know, at the DMV and at the middle school crosswalk every morning. And, you know, as of the last couple of years, Mr. Short, you know, we talked, the last couple of years, we started doing the primary school in the morning as well. Now, in the evening, we always have somebody at the middle school, the primary, and connection. After the first couple of weeks, once the buses and the parents get the schedule down, we typically aren't needed at primary in the morning. But for the first few weeks, we
Okay.
until we get out.
Thank you very much. Anything else for the chief?
No, we appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you and the officers for what you've done for us. I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Tiller?
I don't have anything legal really, Mr. Mayor, but there is something I wanted to tell you all about. I had a real estate closing on Friday with a couple who had lived in Lebanon for about 10 years, and they were moving, they said, to be nearer to their grandchildren. And we had time to chit-chat a little bit while we was waiting on the person buying their house to come. And I asked where they were going to, and they told me. And like I said, they lived here about 10 years, and the lady said, we're not leaving because we really want to leave Lebanon, it's just because our grandkids don't live near us. And she said, me and my husband are both retired military, and we have lived everywhere. And she said, I have to say that we have never lived in a town that takes better care of its residents than the town of Lebanon does. She said, anytime we have had any kind of problem, all we've had to do is pick up the phone, and we have a town employee there to help us. And the man spoke up. He said, that's exactly true. He said, for instance, he said, everybody doesn't have a truck. And sometimes you have stuff that needs to go in the trash that you can't haul. And he said, all we've ever had to do is call out to the town hall, and they have somebody out there help us get that loaded so we get rid of it. And he said, we're really going to miss that, because he said the place we're going, I know, will not take care of us the way Lebanon does.
Thank you.
And you all hear a lot of complaints every month and through the month, and I wanted to tell you all that because, sometimes the people that are appreciative are silent.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much, Kevin. Okay.
Drew, if you would give that feedback to the supervisors, so they can give it to the employees as well.
Absolutely.
And I did find Keith's quote here. To add on to lean-to off the shed out here, that for more storage for the UTV, when we get that, swim lanes is $8,700.
And by the way, they didn't know that I was the town lawyer.
Oh, they didn't know you were the town
No,
attorney?
they were just talking.
What about
And I
that?
told them, I said, well, I'm actually the town lawyer. And they said, really? And I said, yeah, I'm going to tell the council what you said. And they said, well, we're glad you are.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks.
Good, you're right. It's good to hear that. Thank you. So we have a motion regarding the lean-to at the,
Yeah. So,
is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Do we have the quotes on the side-by-sides? We're still working on those. I guess we need the
Yeah, I'll have those next month.
side-by-sides. We've got a building to put it in.
Right.
And you probably need it.
I will finish those up
By
in
the
all
springtime.
for September.
Drew, preferably on those side-by-sides.
Yep.
Just myself, I would prefer to get quotes from somebody that can actually, that can sell the unit and service it, and do any type of warranty work on it.
Okay, near the back.
Hold on, please, George.
We bring Drew back up.
with an OPEB.
Continue the town manager
We're
interrogation.
still,
We're still there. Can you do me a favor? If we're gonna do this pickleball thing, we're gonna need more of it. Cause it's not dying out, it's not gonna go nowhere. Can you get some kind of proposal for next, meeting put together?
I missed the first part of
For
it.
more expansion, more courts.
More courts.
How many you
Okay.
thinking?
Like so much room, 4 would be nice. We're talking about, keeping people here, retention, we're talking about building our community. We got a pretty good opportunity, we're right in the core of people that have nowhere to go. We got a pretty good opportunity
We
to do
do.
something nice. And it's unfortunate, it's a good thing, it's a good problem to have, but it stinks going over there and having to wait to play. And there are Just last night I counted 22 people
Yeah, I saw.
that were waiting to play, not playing. So, the feedback has came in, it's all positive, and that's feedback from near and far. Can you just by next month have us,
Are you wanting, just the courts built, or you wanting the wall to continue?
I don't think the wall needs to continue.
It kind of runs out, you want, lighting, because the lighting.
Definitely lighting. And I
Nathan can
think,
put those renderings on paper for you,
and I
Brad.
think 2 more poles, maybe 3. I don't know. I think the poles that are there, we can add on 2,
Mhm.
add a branch on 2, and then expand. I don't care, but yes, lighting, same fencing, just match it, 4 courts. One thing that we can grow from, we need to expand probably 2 feet in between the courts. And perhaps if we do a wall or some kind of retention, shortening it up. Shortening how deep it is. Right now it's probably 4 feet deep. That needs to be taken backwards. And then if
You need more space.
you need more space on, towards the road. We need to figure out some way to get a step system built so people can get up on that. What we've got.
On the wall?
On the wall?
Yeah. Everybody's using it
See,
as a seat, which is great.
yeah.
It's a wonderful place for that.
Mhm.
I can't get back down. I can't get back down. I'm still relatively young and my ACLs are screaming every time I get down, so. That's just feedback from the community. We need to incorporate some kind of step there though.
Okay.
Probably a rail. 4 courts is probably suitable for phase 2. And good luck. And thank you.
What about, we have that property out there that's vacant too, going toward Easterly Park.
Where we had,
We built that, the Eagle Scout.
what, the dog park?
Potential.
Potential dog park, yeah. I mean, it's open there, but I don't know how much. Will this end up taking up all the open grassy area over here in
Take a
this
lot of it.
project?
It'll take a lot of
Yeah.
Infrastructure wise, I think it would only make sense to do it over here where the other courts are,
For sure, yeah.
especially.
Well, I mean,
With the
I don't
lights.
know, realistically,
Lights.
what's it used for? I mean, I don't know, it's there.
Pee wee practice.
One other thing to add for this phase like soon, water bottle filling station. And I know Shane has worked on some shade coverage, but there needs to be,
Water access.
well, I mean, people don't want, it just is what it is, people don't want to walk from there over to the center and back. It just is what it is, and that won't be hard to do, there's tons of water right there. Yeah.
Run out pretty quick.
Just tap it, the water going into the drain from the splash pad is clean.
Well,
Ish.
I could see a sidewalk going right down the middle to
Yep.
access both. And
An
there's-
alley.
And an alley,
Yeah.
there'd be
Well, it could go
a
either way.
water filling station.
Yep.
And a step up.
We've got, we got a good piece of property. We got a lot of interest, but ain't no way it dies out.
You're not talking about the water field inside the pickleball courts, right? Just down there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere's,
Cut up that new concrete.
somewhere's not at the park, at the center. How's that?
Yeah, we're not talking about tearing up what you got there.
No.
Well, you gonna add the sidewalk the rest of the way out?
Yeah, so that's another thing. Sometime we need to branch off of the trail or something and create
Yeah, we
a
got
good
that.
path.
Yeah, we got that in the plans.
And I know
To tie that.
I know that was coming too. Not related to that, there's a water main covered by, in between the shelters,
Mhm.
that lawnmower or something has gone on and busted, it needs to be.
Like a meter box, meter base cover?
Needs a new cover.
while we're looking or talking about Parks and Rec, I'd like to move forward. I know Billy had secured, and I talked to you about it earlier, the paint for the new crosswalks in town. I'd like to move forward with acquiring some of that and utilizing that. Maybe pressure wash the
Are we,
Old Mill Park,
right,
order enough, and then getting Steffi Construction to come do the maintenance on the fencing as well to get
Right.
that.
and that was, one other thing Billy wanted me to ask about. When we redo that Old Mill Park, we're gonna clean it up and repaint it. Are we wanting to go back with that section that goes up and goes up there, up the concrete section that goes up the side of the fence and the middle one? Or take that busted up asphalt concrete, the two sections that go up, and just re-sod those?
You lost me. I thought it just goes, I thought it
Go in the
goes,
middle.
hold on, it goes along the parking lot first, and then it goes to like the lamps and the outside of the lot, and then it goes down. And you're saying from that point on, does it not
So it goes like from the street side to the
From Main Street,
From
or
Main,
Russell?
yeah, from Main Street side.
Okay.
I'm saying everything that ugly maroon, black needs to be painted the crosswalk color. That's what
Right,
I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying, but there's
So it's a
two
three-way,
sections.
it's a three-way split coming off Main Street.
Yeah.
You have the center lane that goes to the gazebo, and then you have 245s that run out to the fence and run down.
The 45s is what we were talking about. We just re-sod and just have the main level.
So the main strip to the gazebo.
No, I do it all.
So you want to keep that also?
Yeah, let me let Deanna look at that. She probably needs to be in.
Yeah, look at this.
I like it the way it is.
I like it the way it is.
The way it is.
I like it the way it is, I know what it is.
Leave it like it is.
Looks good.
I hope Keith can do the brackets, the bases on those, replacing those bases. Oh, we're gonna need curbs in that park where people will continue
We'll
to
get some in there, yeah.
run into the gate. Mayor, I also had a citizen request, Matt Jesse, 300 Highland Drive. He is aware of Mr. Newberry putting in the subdivision or starting the first phase of the subdivision. And my understanding is it would be underground utilities. He wanted to see if the town could facilitate or help, see if there's any way to move during that, if there's a way to facilitate the section where he lives being underground as well. So I don't know of any means besides working, being a facilitator with the utility companies to see what it would take to do that. But I'd like to ask Drew to work with the resident and the utilities
Chad, yeah.
and see if there's any way, if those utilities are gonna be underground, to see if there's any way to put the ones across the road underground as well. And it may be at an expense to the homeowner, I don't know how that works.
See the power, is that what it is?
It looks like more than power to me.
They went underground with the fiber.
Yeah.
Usually the places they went underground with fiber was where they didn't have poles to hook onto.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it.
So yeah, just take a look, reach out to Matt Jesse if you would, and see if there's any way we can help.
I'll do it.
Did Chief McCoy, were you gonna bring that up?
I was, yep.
Okay.
And the, which, were you talking about the letter or were you talking about the training?
The risk assessment.
So I'll get ready to bring up the training.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's in his
It'll go
report.
to that, yeah.
John, Chief McCoy, his report has a request for training, for 4 people. And it has a couple of VRBOs and a hotel, in his chief's report. He's asked for approval or guidance on which one the council would approve, in the state.
The request is out of their training budget, correct?
Correct.
So however they choose to spend that.
Yeah, it just says, I've attached 2 VRBOs, rentals and 1 hotel for that weekend, so we can compare pricing. I'd like to request approval to meet the town manager short to determine which option best suits their needs, budget, and the town's credit card to make a reservation.
Have a motion to that effect.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Is this for the repairs have already taken place, correct? So we don't need to approve those? It's just the training?
Yeah, this is just training,
Okay.
correct.
So we're approving the training and the housing?
Yes, sir.
Which
Yes.
housing?
Yeah, that's,
Well, that's what it says in here, so I would like to request approval to meet with town manager short to
I would
determine which
just
best
use
option.
their discretion, it's out of their budget.
It's out of their
funds, so, if we do go with the, motels, maybe we can get a better rate for them than a state rate.
Yeah, I think that was apparently the VRBOs are a 5-minute drive.
Yeah, it was a long ways away. So, whatever they choose is my motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Further discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed?
It's a maintenance, it's already taken care of, doesn't need to be approved, does it?
I think I saw it in the,
Or I think it does need to be approved for them to do it instead of,
well, I think the work's already been done according to the accounts payable. Pretty sure.
You're talking about the windows wiper?
no, I think he's talking about
the maintenance on F-33 and F-34.
$1,860
Yeah.
from Alpha Omega.
Yeah, that's already been.
We can approve it anyway, Brad.
Yeah, that's within his,
It's good, eh?
yeah.
And then, Scott, if you wanted to talk about the assessment for the county.
Well, my understanding, John was gonna send the email over, Drew. I was renewing my insurance plan, and John called me, and he asked, or he had mentioned that he's still waiting on the county to approve, the language to have the risk assessment for the county, on fire services. So part of our fire study, one of the recommendations from the fire study, and we implemented a lot of those in partnership with the fire department, one of them was a risk assessment analysis to be done for free by the same people that conducted the fire study. But we can't do it for the town of Lebanon because the town of Lebanon is encompassed in the county, which is in charge of EMS services for the county. So it was his recommendation, I think after talking to the fire board, that we make a motion requesting that the county move forward with the risk assessment for the county, including the town of Lebanon, that's recommended by the fire board in our fire study conducted last year.
Doesn't he already have that document?
He's had it for months, I think, so I'll put that in the form of a motion, just requesting that we move forward, request the county to move forward with the risk assessment.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Anything else?
Do you have anything else?
I'm not.
Thank you.
We have a reminder,
I got one more thing there. Sorry, go ahead. I can go later in the old business.
I'm gonna wait till you're done. Go ahead.
I would like to move forward with, in full consideration of the rotation program for the trucks, I would still like to bid out, the roll-off truck. Go ahead and get it out there, get that bid out, and get that information. Is that, I mean, I'd like to open that up to discussion, is that something, or do we wanna go straight to the rotation plan? I mean, my thoughts are, I mean, is there competitors that have, I mean, who else do we use worldwide, and what's the other vendor that we commonly use for big,
That's it.
not Bigfoot?
No, it's Enterprise.
It's world,
It's used trucks. Used trucks and dump bodies. Yeah. Fabrication work.
I think that's for local.
Did I misunderstand him, Drew? Did they say they've already bid this out through some kind of order?
It's a contract, it's kind of like a state bid type thing, but it's a
Like
source
FEMA,
well
or
contract.
whatever we call that?
Yeah, you don't have to procure it if you're on, if you go through the source well.
I mean, so they haven't, tell me, does that mean they've got more than one person bidding on that, or are you saying they don't have to bid it?
We don't have to, we don't have to procure it if you get it through the Sourcewell
They're
contract.
probably a partner of Sourcewell,
Gotcha.
which is a partner of the state procurement.
Which is different than what Mr. Gilmer's asking us to do.
Yeah, my question is, I mean, I would like to know the true value or the quoted price of the truck from them and competitors or the equipment, like we've always done. Is that unreasonable?
It's not unreasonable, but that's a real deal on that truck.
Yeah.
And then
It is.
if you do that, you wait a month and it sells, now
Yeah.
you're sitting back worse.
Well, I didn't want to be pushed for time either because we haven't,
And you're
It's
looking
not like
at
it's broke down
several
at the
months
time.
out, if you was to go to somebody else to get one, it could be up to a year.
yeah.
And this one is sitting on, did he say September?
It said
Could be
September will be
available?
on the ground over there.
It's still an option.
I just-
mean, it opens the doors to have it bid out, then you would know moving
Can you-
forward.
If we put it on EVO, can we have that by our meeting in September?
You'll have some,
Just 30 days.
yeah, you'll have something back, probably.
I mean, not just new sales companies can bid on that. I mean, there's other companies that can buy a cab and chassis that specs and then put the same roll-off body
Well,
on it.
that's the beauty of it. We kind of got the specs of the truck and
But it's
you
okay.
guys can look at it and know if it's equivalent or not. I might not be able
Well,
to.
your bid package is those specs.
But I'm thinking just meet 30 minutes for a committee meeting before our next meeting and we can make a decision on which way to go, Mayor, one way or the other.
Well, I'm sitting here figuring what his answer was. If we wait till September, did he say they could put
He can ask his supervisor to
to
put
put a hold for
Put a
Lebanon?
hold on it.
But we gotta put a letter to them,
You can do
letter of
you can do
intent.
a letter of intent, but you don't wanna do a letter of intent if you're gonna bid the project.
I know, but I don't wanna fool around and lose a good deal on that truck either.
Well, we're not pressed, we're not broken down though, or. I don't
Not
feel
yet, you
pressed.
ain't.
What's that?
Not yet, you
Not
ain't.
yet.
When it comes to trucks, it can happen any day, at any minute.
Well, but Drew had said earlier, and I'm just going with, I don't know much, Leonard, but as far as, which trucks are used for what, but
Yeah.
we're just using the one right now for occasional use. and-
Well, the Sterling, what we were talking about, the Kemper, you wanna keep it for, the Sterling's one we wanna get rid of. But
Yeah.
if it did go, the one we got now did go down, the Sterling couldn't be an everyday backup.
What do we have now that we use it regularly?
The Kenworth.
What kind of shape is it in?
It's working right now. It's there right now.
Well, I know it's working.
It's about $18,000 working, Mayor, $400,000.
I don't drive
Your
it, whenever
question
I
is,
asked
how good is your
the
mechanic?
department heads, what's the next piece of equipment to replace, that was the piece of equipment to replace.
I think it was 18,000.
Everybody would be-
Sterling's worth.
Oh, yeah.
$40,000.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, even if you buy a new one, if the engine goes down in it, you could be looking at 6 months for them to get a new truck back on the road.
Right.
That's
That's
why
why
you
I
need to
was
keep
saying,
something.
that's what I was saying about the Sterling as backup, it's not a reliable,
It's not reliable.
everyday
What's the
backup.
prices?
It can we can take haul sludge off of the
So you're gonna go with tariffs up $7,000.
Yeah, well,
On top of what else is gonna happen.
I knew they were presenting tonight, I didn't know we was gonna have to make a decision.
Right.
And to be honest with you, $400,000 piece of equipment.
Did you think that we were gonna have to make a decision?
I was
Did
not
they tell you?
expecting, I wasn't expecting to see
Okay.
it.
All right.
But I'm sure they could probably meet it, wait until next month.
He said he could
Okay,
hold it.
no. She know.
He'll hold it.
Letter of intent, but Arnold will hold it.
Okay,
It took them 9 months to get that dump truck here, I'm sure that they ain't that.
We may be buying it outright. Never know, without the program.
The
So I've
program-
lost these in
You're
discussion.
buying
The county does.
you're buying it outright anyway, it's ours,
Right,
it's not a lease.
right.
But now that's what the county does with theirs.
Yeah, just because you buy the truck doesn't mean you're enrolled in the program. That's two separate,
Okay,
yeah, two separate things.
so.
You can buy the truck, keep it for
Did
12
we,
12 years.
update me on this, bidding out of this truck? Did we approve moving forward with that?
Scott just said that he would like to move forward with bidding out the roll-off truck, but
Is that a
he
motion?
make a motion.
I didn't make a motion, I was just, I mean, I didn't know if we didn't take any action. I
We need a
thought-
motion, Kevin.
You intend to bid it out, you do, yeah.
Do I have a motion to bid this vehicle out?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Uh,
Those same sign.
Just for,
we just do it for 2 weeks and have
just
it by
for
the
peace of
committee.
mind is what I would like, I'd like to see.
Was Fitzgerald be one the other one? Send it to.
Who do we send it to, Leonard?
The president would probably be Fitzgerald, most likely. I don't know if there's anybody else or not.
You won't be able to take any action.
Well, we were just gonna meet, I think, 30 minutes before our council meeting. Is that right, Mayor?
I thought that
Are
would be too
you,
late.
the question is though, are you wanting a specific MAC? Because then you're pinned to a MAC dealer.
Yeah, I think the reason this truck was specific, and the reason one is it's the one that was ready on the ground. Like, if you're wanting to look at
I'm
it.
committed to the one that'll do the job for the bitch.
That one we will.
So you got Good Pasture in Bristol.
You really can.
You've got Worldwide, that's from Bristol. You've got Fitzgerald in Blade Springs. Got another dealer right there at the intersection of 26 and 81 in Johnson City.
So do I need to amend my motion? Well, I didn't just say bid out the truck. I would like to do the specs plus the equivalent, or equivalent. Is that what you're saying, Elijah? And Leonard?
You're gonna have to have apples for apples, period. Velocity, and it says Kingsport, but it's Velocity Truck Centers, and it's right there at the intersection of 26 and 81, before you make a left on 26 going to Johnson City. I mean, apples for apples is different, because it's just like buying a Ford and a Chevrolet and a Lexus. It's not apples for apples, they all do the job.
When we have bid out in the past, we have provided specs and took quotes on equivalents. And then the council decided, or the committee decided, hey, will this do the job or not? Is it the same? Is this, just cause it's cheaper, well, does it, whatever. So I would like to continue to handle business that way, if that's reasonable. And we always can go with, the rotation plan, but at least we're getting.
Transparency, at least we know at that point. I think it's fine.
Diane, did that motion pass?
I don't think you voted on it yet.
It went 4-2, didn't
Are we
it?
in discussion?
Okay.
It was, did I understand it was 4-2?
I don't think we had a discussion. I think we
Well, no reason, y'all spent 20 minutes
So we bid it out,
before we did the
Did it
motion.
pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rediscussed.
Now, here's the next
It's already
question.
passed.
The discussion just went on with Elijah and Scott's motion. Did we add anything that needs to be done to your motion?
No, it's standard.
I bid the truck. I made a motion to bid out the truck.
I know.
And in the past, when we bid it out, we bid out the specs plus the equivalent. So that was my understanding on how, unless Drew tells me different, that's how it will be bid out.
So that motion doesn't need to change?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. If it did, y'all was gonna have to withdraw your motion and start over. So, anything else from council at this time?
So we'll wait to make a decision on this in
September meeting?
September meeting.
30 minutes before the meeting.
No.
We're gonna make a question fire truck related.
We'll have a committee meeting.
Fire truck.
Yes. John also told me when I met with him that the vendor that was supposed to repair the door on the truck, to put the lettering on it, he said he talked to you about it.
So you would, or you had?
Said he had talked to you about it, has not been able to put the lettering on the truck, and he wanted to see if, okay.
In case I was just daydreaming about it, not talking
Yeah,
about it.
but he wanted to see if we could check with different vendors on getting the decal put on the truck door, the one that got fixed and burned up, a couple years ago. Sorry, John's on me about that.
F-32.
Yeah, I'll reach out to them, so.
That's in 23.
All right, is there anything else from council at this time?
Flagpole.
I'm getting an extra quote on that.
Okay.
Right now, I've got 2 of them, and Jim Porter was gonna go back and get me an updated one from him.
And we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway.
We're gonna do it ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, what was that?
The flagpole,
Oh,
the
yeah.
big flagpole. Do we wish to be a sponsor for the annual Relay for Life? It's in our agenda pack. It's at the,
Is that the motorcycle?
it's the thing at the Lebanon Farmers Market, yeah. Charity ride.
I'll talk, I mean, we can do what we want to, but I'll talk to Skyanne also about putting this in here in April and May before the budget. I think she comes about 2 months late every year.
Who's this from?
Skyanne Van Dyke.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Have we done it before? I can't remember.
No. Didn't they have it last time during something else we were having? I think.
I think last time I had a candlelight
Vigil.
walking or something.
Used to, yeah, okay.
Motorcycle.
September 6th. What is Red Fest?
27.
So the rain date's the 13th.
Okay. Okay, we need a motion to go into closed session for legal and personnel.
Mayor, I make a motion to go into executive closed session under section 2.2-3711A, 1 personnel and 7 legal. Anything else the council need to go in, or town manager? That's my motion, Mayor. Prospective industry.
Business, number 5.
I'll second.
5, prospective business or industry as well.
Yep. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.